So before I move further, let's try to write a query for this specific use case. And as I said in the beginning, I'll be using a you know database sample database schema which has these many entities present, and I'll be using some of these tables to prepare the query for this specific use case, right? And for this session, I'll be using MySQLWorkbench as a tool to connect to the database and to write the query. And if you guys are wondering, where I can find all this information, so what I have done is I have uh, added all the source and documentation, including the necessary steps that we can follow to do the or to have the simple environment setup in your local. Just follow this documentation to have the setup ready in your local, and follow this tutorial to get the flavor of explained statement analysis to understand each of those factors that I'll be talking about. So this is the repo name db explain plan, which has all the MySQL database. In this case I'm using, so I'm using the Docker image for this. You can make use of it. As I said, the steps are already there, how to set up and how to use it, how to connect to the database and all those things. The schema is available under schema, which I have used for this specific session. You can find that schema here. And then the PPT which I am using, right, which has the additional information that I have kept it here as well. So if you guys are interested, definitely you can have look at that specific document. Now coming to this point where we are trying to write a query to get the output which will looks like something like this, right? So let's move to the MySQL Workbench and connect to the database. Once you connect to the database, open any of the query tab. So to open a query tab is like move to click on file, new query tab, which will open the new query tab where you can execute the query. Let's say if you have multiple database or multiple schemas in your case, click on the classic models schema and right click on there and then set as default schema, so that you don't have to specify the schema name in order to fetch any of the tables information in case you have more than one schema. And once you set it as default, I have already written this query, and once I run this query, you will see the output something like customer name, product name, order number, order date, and quantity ordered, which is exactly we are looking for, right? So client is basically seeing this information, and same thing we are able to get the output by running this query.